Hello.
And we're back.
We have returned. We do that. That's kind of
Yeah,
what we do. We just make a few weeks worth of episodes and
disappear
someone
on a slight hiatus.
just go away for a while, come
Yeah,
back.
gotta keep you all on your toes.
Yeah, will there be an episode this week? Will there not? Who knows?
Ooh, the mystery.
Intrigue. How's things been? There's been a lot happening.
Oh, hasn't there ever?
Yeah. We've
Yeah, I
got
think,
opening dates for several different things.
yes. We've got benches in Wizard of Ozland.
No.
Yep.
How long did that take?
Ah, well over a year, apparently.
Jesus Christ. I saw that they were green too, which is a choice. Um, Especially the photo that I did see of them was green bench, like completely green bench against completely green wall.
You're green.
I feel like they're trying to shoot a some sort of green screen sequence there. They're going
I'm
for
sure.
the it's just a VFX studio, guys.
Yeah, it's what's that big sort of 360 screen that they use for all the Marvel movies? What's it called? And the Mandalorian?
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah.
It's yeah, the big LED thing. Oh, it's
Yeah.
gonna bother me if I can't remember what it's called.
Let's Google it.
It's like the volume or something like that.
Marvel green screen room. The volume, yes,
It
that's
is
it.
okay, right? I don't know where I pulled that out from, but yeah,
You did it.
yeah,
Congratulations.
hooray!
That's what it's
Um,
actually themed to.
okay. Um, Speaking of Emerald Cities and whatnot, Wicked for Good came out
It
recently.
did.
Have you seen it?
I have.
Thoughts? I have many.
Um,
It was a
uh,
film.
it it is one of the films of all time. Um, no, I don't think it was bad.
It wasn't
But
as
I
good as the first.
no, and I
But that
think
was
that
always going to be the problem with Act 2 of the musical.
very true. I think that there are a lot of great things about it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I also think that there were some bad things about it.
Yep.
Um,
Spoiler alert, if you have not seen Wicked for Good or know the plot of Act 2 of the stage musical Wicked, I would consider rectifying that before listening to the rest of this episode.
there we go. We got that out of the way.
Um,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. CGI get Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, yeah. At least it was very fleeting. Like, it was barely on, you barely saw it, but yeah, it was. Oof.
That was putrid.
Yeah.
The one thing I am devastated about is I've seen in social media the photos of what Jonathan Bailey's scarecrow makeup effects actually looked like. Um, and they were pretty spectacular. And for some reason, it just did not show on camera.
No, it didn't read very well, did it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it was, whether it was the way it was lit or yeah, I don't know. But it looked really bad. And then I saw his socials posts about it, and I was like, wow, that's actually a really good hair and makeup job. Like
Mm,
that's fantastic. It looks brilliant. I wish it had looked like that on camera.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
Wicked Witch of the East was there.
it was. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't mind her performance emotionally speaking.
Sure.
Um,
Vocally is another story.
yeah.
Um, but when she screamed Bok at the end, I lost it. Bok!
I did see a of the inevitable. We deserve each other, me and bah.
Q House.
Yes, I love that we got the house's POV too.
100%. Splat cam.
um, I will say that No Good Deed was a brilliant performance
Mm-hmm.
from Cynthia, and I thought that they did it a decent amount of justice with the visuals as well.
Yep. But it
Um,
was green screen alicious.
oh, it was very green screen delicious. Um, and a few of those green screen shots didn't quite land.
No.
That one with the where the monkeys kind of fly in formation behind her. Have you ever
Mm-hmm.
seen Birdemic? Yeah, I'll take that as a yes. That's what I immediately thought of is that like the flap, just those flat
Oh my
birds that are
god.
just like there flapping in place on
Oh, that's
screen.
so good. Now I can't unsee that.
uh,
Oh
yeah,
my gosh. Yeah. Um Thank goodness was great.
yep.
Um Ari is looking on all the websites, she's in the lead as far as best supporting actress picks.
You know what kind of bothers me about that is that I think she deserved it more for the first film than the second.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, she was wonderful in the second, just as she was in the first. But
But she didn't get to flex her comedic muscles as much in the second.
yeah, it was very much more the heartbroken Galinda, not
Mm.
the I guess the getting that bubbly side of the character and that
Pardon the
um
pun.
yes, haha. um, what did we think of the new songs?
Um, Next question. I'm sorry, but like, don't just repeat the same line over and over. Like,
Yeah,
you got to make it a little bit more complex lyrically.
the sentiment of Girl in the Bubble I really liked. I like the choice to have a song trying to convey that that emotional transition from Glinda, that kind of um I think that is a transitional moment for Glinda that kind of gets washed over in the musical itself, but I don't
Yep.
think that the song lyrically did enough for me, and also I felt it needed more of a crescendo as well.
I also think it was incorrectly placed.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it should have come after her confrontation with Morrible,
Hmm.
rather
Okay.
than smack bang in the middle of the March of Witch Hunters, killing any kind of tension at that crescendo of the movie.
Yes, quite possibly. I think you're right. Hmm.
Um,
I think the song, yeah, it needed more of a crescendo though. I don't think it flexed Ari's singing muscles enough.
no, it didn't.
Um,
Like the two new songs were pretty middle of the road.
yeah.
Um,
I have very similar thoughts on No Place Like Home.
Same,
The
but just
sentiments the sentiment's good. I think that there's room for a song there, just didn't do anything.
yep, it fleshes out her motivations.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just a bad song.
Yeah.
Um, what did we think of the cat fight?
You know, actually one of my favorite moments of the film.
Totally. But also, I couldn't help but notice something that might be a bit of a reach. It might be a bit controversial of me to bring up. But there's this one moment where um, she like throws the wand away. She's like, "All right, let's go, Greenie."
Yep.
And considering how much they'd made a big deal about how Elphaba's green skin is a racial allegory, the
It
idea of saying greenie
it
when
feels
the
like a slur.
obvious, yeah, when like the, what it's, clearly a metaphor for if you'd said the same thing, would not have gone down so well.
No, I think the thing that kind of set the tone for that is that that scene though is that Elphaba never stopped grinning
Yeah.
throughout it and never once took it seriously. It very much was a Glinda tantrum, and Elphaba just yeah. I don't think she took any of it seriously. So I can see why it kind of wouldn't have um, offended her per se, but yeah, it perhaps doesn't land with the audience very much.
But also, did you in the stage show? I feel like it's a much more played for real grief for the sister, whereas in the movie, it didn't seem like she cared all that much. It seemed that
Yeah,
she was just like, "Yeah, you were kind of a bitch all your life, so here I am. I'll pay my respects." But
honestly, I like that though.
yeah,
I think that there's because let's be real, Nessa Rose is a horrible person. So
yes,
I think that there's merit in Elphaba kind of being mournful but
mm,
not entirely broken up about it.
yeah,
Um, which I think played okay. You know who I actually have I liked his interpretation of the character very much. Ethan Slater.
yeah. SpongeBob came through.
He did. I was scared of the Tin Man.
Yeah, Tin Man was angry.
He was furious.
Well, I
Dude
think you
was
would be too, with the Cronenbergian body horror of being turned into tin.
yeah, and yeah, rightfully so. That look that he gave Glinda
Oh,
during
that was
March of the
such a
Witch
good
Hunters.
moment.
Oh, he played that so well. I
Do
actually
you
really
reckon
loved
she
him.
recognized him?
Good question. Um, I I don't think so.
Mm.
Well, I mean, she never even called him by the right name when she did recognize him. So,
Yeah.
um, that's another thing that I didn't like, and I know that they used them a little bit in the first part as well. But those kind of flashback shots of them all hanging out or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that doesn't make sense.
I feel like if there was a snippet of it in the first movie, it would have had more emotional heft.
Yeah, well, but it didn't really make sense to me because it was the five of them.
Yeah. When did they ever all hang out like that? Is the question.
Nessa Rose was not like in with them like that, and especially Bok.
Mm.
Bok being there makes no sense. Glinda didn't even know his name.
Yeah.
That's the whole problem. Like,
They weren't all buddies.
no.
It was weird. It was click. So yeah, it's a good point you bring up.
In the brief period that Elphaba and Glinda were even on good speaking terms with each other, they
Yeah.
definitely were not also spending that time with. I mean, I guess there's an argument for Fiero, but the other two definitely not.
Yeah, it was an odd choice. It felt more like, oh, here's us all like we made a movie together, as opposed to the characters.
Yeah, I definitely did see those moments as like Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo and the gang hanging out,
Very
not the
much.
characters. Um, they also, I think, and it's a hard ending to do on film, but oh my god, it was so drawn out.
What did you think of the decision to um, give Glinda the powers to read the Grimoire?
I like it because I found out a detail afterwards that I thought was very clever.
Hmm.
Um, the spell that Elphaba casts at the end.
The therapy spell.
So they actually post they online there is a language that you can actually translate like what's on screen from the Grimoire, and it
Right.
actually has it's like there's like a poem, and it actually reveals that that's what the spell was.
Yeah.
So Elphaba gave Glinda the powers to read the Grimoire.
Yeah.
So and I like that actually because
Mm.
it feels like the ending was always supposed to be Elphaba realizes she's always going to be seen as this wicked witch. She doesn't have the power to create the change that she wants to because she's always going to be perceived that way.
Yeah.
And Glinda is the one who needs to, go about and institute this change and get rid of the wizard and restore goodness in Oz.
Mm.
And I think that would make sense that Elphaba would. It's just an extra step on top of that ending. I think it's just an added touch. It doesn't, yeah, doesn't
I,
take
I
away from it.
I feel like with the finale like song, the fact that it wasn't during No One Mourns the Wicked, like that it was
Mm,
post that, makes the choral part of No One Mourns the Wicked at the very end feel like it was just coming out of nowhere. Whereas in
mm.
the stage show, it's very much clearly that no one, it's like supposed to be happening during No One Mourns the Wicked as this moment of reflection.
They very much drew out the ending to try and dump all the exposition that they had to get through at the end, and it
Yeah.
it felt weirdly paced. Um, the door shot though,
The door shot.
the
Door
door
shot.
shot in just after
Oh, the split screen.
yep.
Yeah.
Uh I may have I may have wept
Oh,
a lot.
it was very touching and very sad. But I also was just thinking, um, all my people on the floor, grab a partner ticket style. Hey, Brittany.
Are you surprised that we didn't get an on-screen Dorothy?
We saw like the back of her, but she's secondary to the thing, and everyone would probably have been just trying to compare her to Judy Garland, so it's probably best she didn't have her face shown.
True. The one thing that I'm a little confused about with what they've decided to do with Act 2 in the end, in terms of the amount that they added,
Mm.
is that the part 1 was 3 hours, bit
Yep.
over.
This was
Part 2,
2 hours and 20.
this was 2 hours and 20. I feel like, with when you go into a stage musical, the expectation is Act 1 is longer than Act 2. But when you're releasing two separate movies over the course of 2 years, the when you think about when two-part cinematic events have come out in the past,
Mm.
generally they're either the same length or the second part is longer.
Right.
So I don't think that they needed to stick to that convention, and I think they could have done a lot better job of fleshing out certain aspects of the narrative.
I think it would have upset the pacing, to be honest.
It might have, but I think that there was a lot that was very, which I believe about the actual musical itself as well. There was a lot that was very glazed over.
Mm.
Got to keep the story moving kind of thing. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, you weren't, you weren't, running to a deadline. You weren't, you had time. The first one was another 40 minutes longer than this. So I feel like you could have implemented, a little bit more. Um, Overall, I didn't think it was terrible.
No.
Um, but yeah, definitely not. Didn't live up to the standards of the first.
No, definitely not. Um, and I think that's just the problem with the second act of the musical.
Mm,
Um,
definitely the
uh,
weaker half.
totally. I expected more emotional heft from the return of Dulciber. I don't know.
Mm, it kind of just
I
happened, didn't it?
yeah. I want more from my bear content. What can I say?
uh,
Um, and also, I didn't get any sense of real menace from the wizard.
mm,
It was just Jeff Goldblum being Jeff Goldblum. um, and there wasn't any, like, he was just sort of the bumbling dude. He wasn't, there was no sort of, I feel
mm.
like there's an underlying cunning politician in that character. And I
It,
just didn't get that from that portrayal.
it may just be. I haven't seen the actual stage musical in a while, but in this particular interpretation of the story, I always saw it as Madame Morrible was the plotting politician, and the wizard was deceitful, yes, but more of a figurehead.
Mm, yeah, I suppose. I don't know. I feel like there's a duality there that makes the wizard a lot more layered.
Mm. Yeah, I think I saw this. This is a different interpretation where Madame Morrible was kind of the mastermind behind um, everything that went on. The wizard came along, found himself in a position where all of the people of this new land look up to him as a deity incorrectly, and Madame Morrible has seen that situation and seen the potential for it to be used to gain power,
Yeah.
essentially. Um, Speaking of, what do we think of Michelle Yeoh?
Oh, that was what I was going to get to.
Mm,
Um, yeah, yeah.
mm.
Bless her, but she was horribly miscast in this film.
Yeah. Look, I think she was cast well for the aura,
Villainousness. Yep,
the
sure,
villainousness and the aura of the character.
sure.
I don't think that she has I mean, particularly the singing chops.
No, at all.
Um,
And also, they blew their wad of like making her, revealing her as a villain in all of the trailers.
mm,
Um, like I think the whole thing with Morrible is that you don't, aside from having her name as Morrible, which rhymes with horrible, she doesn't immediately come off of as a villain until you meet her at the Wizard's Palace
yeah,
in the stage show. Like she's
which
actually
is
sort of this warm, doting tutor in the beginning.
which is to be fair, end of Act One,
Mm,
because that's just before defying gravity.
yeah,
So
but
we did know.
yes, but like in the trailers and from right from the get go,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
sort of knew she was going to be a villain.
yeah.
Whereas in the stage show, when you first meet her at Shears, she's like this warm sort of mentor character. She's a little bit bumbling. She's got her, her little Aussisms and stuff, which malapropisms, and
Mm,
you don't necessarily get the whole cunningness until sort of when they sort of stop talking about the flying monkeys being perfect spies and whatnot.
yeah,
Um, and I feel like that's a reveal that could have been more satisfying, but they chose to instantly market her as a villain.
yeah. Next question:
Hmm.
could Jonathan Bailey have chemistry with a cactus?
Oh yeah, but for some reason didn't seem to have much chemistry with Cynthia Erivo.
I disagree. I think that man
Really?
could have chemistry with any.
Don't get me wrong. He's hot as balls, but I found As Long As You're Mine to be just, oh, you've brought me back to your place to show me your vision board while you change into your sex cardigan.
Not the sex cardigan. I need to get myself a sex cardigan. If it means I get to have sex with Jonathan Bailey, I
Yeah,
mean,
hello.
oh god.
uh, um, there's this. Have you? I don't know. He does an actors with David Corenswet from Superman, and it's just like, oh, I need more holes, man.
Between the two of them.
Yeah.
Oh god.
um, what do we think of? Yeah. While we're on the topic, what did we think of As Long As You're Mine?
Vocally very good.
Vocally great. It just took so long for it to get anywhere. It was just like, to me, that song they should be sort of like trying to rip each other's clothes off, and it was just they didn't even come close to kissing until the end of the number. It's like,
Do you think they got nervous because of how Wicked has been marketed?
as a
It,
like kids family film kind of
kids'
thing.
family film, yeah.
I mean, that's probably a bigger conversation about puritanical attitudes towards, you know, that kind of thing anyway. But
Mm.
um, witchcraft, yes. Sex, no.
uh,
um, but yeah, but like even if they were just sort of making out or something, but it was just sort of this long wind up to okay, and now we'll fade to black. Like I expected, as long as your mind to be hotter and much more filled with sort of
mm.
need, you know.
Yes, I know what
Instead,
you
it
mean.
was like sort of wistful glances as, you know, he checks out her bulletin board and, you know, it's, yeah.
I do. It did make me think back on the story a little bit more, and I
Mm-hmm.
love the concept that Elphaba was getting absolutely railed while
While
while her
her
sister was
sister
getting
got.
a house dropped on her head. uh,
I mean, one of them was happy.
yeah, there's some sort of pun in there about them both getting
Smashed.
smashed. Yeah.
Um, what did you think of the opening medley of reprise songs?
Hmm. Yeah, I kind of didn't have thoughts one way or the other, actually.
I feel like it helped establish what had happened in the time that had passed.
Hmm.
Because it all just sort of happens really quickly, and because it's a new movie, you sort of need to refresh people's memory.
And that time jump in between is very like it can be confusing.
Yeah.
Um, I know that that's one thing that one of my friends who came to watch it in the cinemas with me said was that they were confused at first because they didn't realize that so much time had passed quite straight away. So they were like, "Wait, how did we go from like this is all just gone down and now all of a sudden she's like notorious and propaganda everywhere and all of this other stuff has got it took I think it they said that they kind of just didn't catch on and it took them until they found out that Nessa Rose was governess for them to realize,
Yeah,
oh,
I think they needed to establish that it had been, I don't know, 4 or 5 years since
yeah,
the end of the events of the first movie.
yeah, exactly. it's it's a bit of a, yeah, sudden jump that happens during that intermission.
Yeah. Um, one could argue, a cynic could argue that it was trying to do a greatest hits rehash of the first movie,
Mm.
um, and that they wanted to get another viral dance moment from What Is This Feeling?
I feel like though they didn't need to do that
No.
after the popularity of the first. The hype for the second one brought those trends back anyway.
Mm.
um
Um,
oh dear, we've got a storm going overhead.
oh, I thought you were blowing into the microphone or something. Wasn't sure what that was.
No, there's lightning and thunder around.
Very, very frightening me.
Galileo,
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 Galileo Figaro.
Galileo, Magnifico. Um, I'm trying to think what else. I had strong opinions of a lot of things.
I'm trying to think what else I had opinions on.
How did she manage to get down that double trap door when being melted that opens outwards?
Yeah, that's a good point. Did she maybe actually? No, because she doesn't actually. have any level of control. Does she have control over what she casts from the Grimoire, or does she? I think it's
Well, she seems
established
to be
in.
reading it pretty thoroughly while she's playing in her treehouse and making the furniture float around like Matilda.
Hmm.
I
But then
think
the
that,
actual lyrics, like in No Good Deed, is like when she's trying to just cast anything and everything to save Fiero, she doesn't actually even know what she's doing to him.
yeah, it's a peculiar one. What did you think of the whole sort of the weird sort of Kill Bill flashes of Fiera getting beaten up during No Good Deed?
Hmm. Um. uh,
It was an
they
odd
went.
juxtaposition, wasn't it?
They went. It was odd, and they went too heavy-handed with the scarecrow imagery.
Mm,
I wanted the reveal.
yeah,
I wanted them to, because I feel like people are smart enough anyway. 80 to 90% of people are gonna, especially once they realize Box the Tin Man, they're gonna be like, ah, who's the Scarecrow then?
yeah.
And put two and two together. But even those that hadn't realized it by that point, like, come
They
on,
sort
like,
of spelled it out, didn't they?
they were like, oh, look, he's getting beaten and hung on a pole in a cornfield.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
What do you
um,
think else does that?
wow, I wonder if that's foreshadowing.
Yeah.
I wish
Careful.
they'd.
Mia Goth will come and try and fuck you, Fiera. Shout out to anyone that's seen Pearl.
um, I keep thinking of that Bo Burnham song where he's ripping on country music. Um, Good girl in a straw hat with her arms out in a cornfield. That is a scarecrow. Sorry, thought that was a human woman.
Uh,
uh, no, yeah, I think they should have been a bit more subtle with that.
mm.
Let people,
There was a lot of heavy handedness with the second movie, I gotta say.
yeah,
Like a lot of things that could have been, didn't need to be spelled out quite so much. That is quite a thunderstorm, my goodness.
it is quite. Hang on, I need to get the radar up. My car's undercover, so it'll be fine. What are we looking at here? Am I about to die? Ooh, that's that's big. Many lightning.
Many lightning, much wow.
Yes. Anyway,
Let me just see how far away. Oh, yeah, you are getting quite. Yeah, okay.
yes, we're getting. There was a there was a storm earlier in the day too.
Right, it's
What?
being very hot and humid here.
Hmm. Well, apologies for any continuing background noise. Hopefully, we maintain power.
Fingers crossed. And no sort of blowing out of any modems or anything like that through lightning strikes.
Well, if the episode comes to a sudden end, you'll know why.
And it's just me going, hello, Mrs. Pommelhorse. I'd like to get down now.
uh, well,
Yes. On that note, there's enough wicked. Shall we talk about theme parks and the like?
I think we should because we've got opening dates for two major new attractions
Yes.
and one that I've been informed reliably has an opening date, but they haven't announced it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but let's start with the ones that were announced.
Yep.
King Claw opens in 2 days as of recording and will have opened by the time this episode drops.
It has soft opened as well as we
Yes.
speak. So
Yes.
people have been getting rides on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking great. Let's just say that.
It looks fantastic. I've heard that there is an audio soundtrack that plays during the ride cycle in the queue and station area.
That's
So
cool.
like a choreographed, not the term, but like
Synchronized.
synchronized. Yeah, like a synchronized audio
That's awesome.
for the ride cycle, which is really cool. Um, queue looks great. Ride
It,
area looks great.
the plaza looks great. They've put freaking manholes in the pavement. They've put a beach monster tour shack. Like
Yeah,
they've put a lot more effort than they needed to, and it's great.
it's fantastic to see. That's what I want from Dreamworld,
Yeah,
because there's been far too many, and I'm not even just talking about the what we would call the dark ages of Dreamworld over the
yeah.
last, 10 years. I'm talking about even before that. There was just far too much put a ride in and give it a
Slap some
name,
bright colors and yeah,
call it a day.
yeah,
Even, and I hate to be slightly blasphemous in its absence, but even the previous Claw was slightly guilty of that. They did put some nice touches in, like the car and the claws on the end of
but there
of the
wasn't any kind of
paws.
story to it. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is called the claw and it's got slash marks.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And it was just brightly colored and had a vague kind of concept around it.
Yeah. Whereas this
So
is a storyline
yeah, which
and
is
some
awesome.
shade thrown at Village Roadshow.
I love that so much. I really I love that because it shows that they are switched on.
Yeah, and have a sense of humor.
Yep. Because that also it's not just a haha movie world bad joke. It's it's a timely joke as
Mm.
well. It's the fact that it's down for maintenance and movie world is currently go it's a very like it's timely humor. It's like they're actually joking about the current state of Village Roadshow, not just having a jab at them.
Yeah.
So it feels very, Jesus Christ, that was not
Hello.
far away. Um, it feels
This
very
feels very ominous and foreboding.
yes. I hope I don't die in the course of this podcast episode.
Fingers crossed.
Um, no, yeah, it feels like they're very not only have a sense of humor, but they seem quite switched on with like where they're at and where what they want to be and where their competition's at, that
Yeah.
sort of thing, which is nice.
Yeah. Big Brother has finished.
Yes.
So I'm assuming I don't know how long they intend to leave the house up as like an attraction.
Hmm. Do we actually have a reopening date for Gold Coaster? That would
That's a
probably
good
be the
question.
tell. Um, I didn't realize that they were going to leave the other rides around there like running during
Yeah,
filming.
like Tailspin, like the housemates would like be in the backyard looking at Tailspin.
Yeah, which is I was like, oh, that actually to me ruins it a little bit.
Mm, it's
I,
less isolated for them.
yeah, I really felt like it was supposed to be very you don't have contact. Well, I imagine that there's some elements of that's TV magic, but
Yeah,
the concept is supposed to be that they're isolated from the outside world.
yeah.
Where am I going? How do I navigate this website again? Oh yeah, here we go. Um, rides and attractions. Where are you? The Gold Coaster. Maintenance in progress. Ending Friday the 19th of December.
Okay.
So
They must be
yeah,
packing the house up pretty quickly.
they must be. Quick bump. Well, like I guess once like the majority of it's done,
Mm,
then it doesn't matter if they're still packing up a little bit and the ride's open, because the main problems I imagine would have been noise polluting the actual production.
yeah,
So I suppose that there can be a little bit of overlap between bump out and the ride operating once the walls and stuff are down.
yeah. Yeah. I think the main part is just to get all of the crap out of the thoroughfare.
Yeah, exactly.
So basically, the backyard
Mm.
plus like the stage area where Trolls Village is.
Do you think that they will do this again?
I don't think so.
I tend to agree.
Yeah.
um,
From what I've
because
heard, it's like, conflicting things of what they wanted the show to be. Um, Apparently, there were some producers that wanted it to be the next Love Island kind of thing. It's yeah,
mm, and it was disruptive to Dreamworld too.
yeah, totally. And I
So
don't think was the big money maker that they expected it to be. I'm sure
no,
they got compensated handsomely for it by Channel 10, but I just don't. It happened so quickly. Like it didn't even become any kind of cultural phenomenon.
yeah, came and went.
Hmm.
I'll be real. I didn't watch any of it. I saw clips on Instagram Reels and TikTok.
I think I tuned into the live stream once and had no idea what was going on, and then got bored.
Yeah, fair.
Who actually won?
I don't know.
Yeah, even if you gave me a name, I'd probably just be Tim Sims to know him.
Um, I just googled it. The single mom who just won Big Brother. Who is that?
Oh, I'm a
Coco.
single mum with a daughter.
Coco won Big Brother.
Tim Sims.
Coco Beebe, the surfy, single 30-year-old mother of three from Tweed Heads.
Good for that person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. No, I don't think they'll do it again.
No. I think it was a nice little experiment to see if it still had an audience, which they did on the cheap. And I just don't think it had the audience.
No. No, I
You
don't I
know,
don't think it does anymore.
the media landscape has changed so much since back in the day.
Mm.
Um, that being said, maybe there'll be a lot more people watching TV now that they can't be on social media when they're under 16.
I hope they're not watching Big Brother though.
I don't know. I
Especially,
remember like kids being in the audience wearing bunny ears in the Sarah Marie era.
surely that's just because at that time, like everyone had free to air, so you were either watching 7, 9, or 10, or maybe ABC or SBS.
Mm.
Like that's all you had. Surely, with the amount of choice and variety that we have nowadays, like you can find something more age appropriate.
Yeah. Look, it's not up to me to police what kids watch. That's up to their parents.
True. It's not up to you to police whether they go on social media. That's up to the government.
Apparently.
and and
And now we all have to give up our, identity documents too to verify things.
I haven't been asked yet.
I haven't either, to be honest. Um, Apparently, there are some services that are just going to infer from the content that people post.
Hmm. Well, like I immediately got worried because I was like, wait, have I ever verified my age to YouTube? Like, am I going to have to go in there and?
Well, YouTube haven't actually gone ahead and started to deactivate profiles yet.
Oh, they haven't.
Apparently, I was reading The Guardian today, and they said over the next couple of days they'll be
Right.
progressively doing it,
Right.
which would explain the no change in my subscriber numbers. So,
Yeah, no change for me yet either. Actually, it went up over the last day, and I was like, oh, okay. Um, yeah, I'm actually. How much of a hit am I expecting? Let's look at the analytics. Audience. Isn't there usually an age demographic? Yes, there is. 7.9% of my viewers are aged between 13 and 17. So around, I assume then around 5%.
my viewers are all. I don't have any views from 13 to 17 or 18 to 24. All the
Right.
people that, and that's not to say that they aren't viewing it. It's just they don't have those people who have watched clearly aren't.
Hmm.
don't have their ages recorded. But yeah, my 54% of my viewers are millennials, so
Right.
35 to 44.
Right. I'm the vast majority are between 25 and 44 for me, but
Right.
my biggest demographics the 25 to 34.
Yeah, that's only 7.3% of mine.
Mm.
So my main demographic is 35 to 44, and secondary it's 45 to 54. So that doesn't surprise me. My content is pretty much directed towards adults anyway. So
Yeah.
I've never really said I've never marketed my content towards kids, more to their elder millennial parents. So that tracks. Looking at those analytics.
Well, we'll see how much of a hit we take.
Yeah,
Be interesting.
yeah.
Back on theme parks, another opening date. The day after King Claw opens,
Big banana.
Plantation Coaster opens.
Yeah.
And I'm pissed off
Why is that?
because I booked my tickets, and when I went in there
Mm-hmm.
to their booking system, the earliest date available was Sunday the 14th.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, I guess maybe like the opening day sold out or something like that. So I went ahead and booked for Sunday the 14th. And a couple days later, I was telling my friend about it. They were considering coming down with me. They went to book their tickets, and the 13th was available. And it is available, and they are having an opening ceremony celebration, including an auction of the very first public ride and various other activities. And I totally would have gone to that.
I mean, you still could, I guess.
I still could, I guess, but I've already got the
Get refunds on
tickets.
the other tickets.
I've already got the tickets, and I've already got plans for Saturday as well.
Sure.
So it'll be more hassle than it's worth. I think I'm just going to go down there and get my rides in on it. See if I can get a bit of footage of it.
Yeah, it'll be good because no one's really documented it at all.
Mm. I'm very keen to see what it's like, and also I still haven't been to Threadbow, so this is actually my first Alpine
Oh
coaster.
yeah. Fingers crossed you won't have the problem of a shit ton of people in front of you
I
holding the
don't
lineup.
doubt that I will, with it
Mm,
being day 2 of operation. I imagine a significant portion of the population of Coffs Harbour is going to be there.
yeah.
Um, but that's all right. I Alpine coasters don't particularly excite me, so it's a credit, and I'll
Mm,
probably also go around and get some footage and stuff because I'd like to. It's a park I'd like to talk a little bit more about on my channel.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's one of those regional parks that doesn't really get a lot of coverage, and
And it's
it's
weird,
arguably the most famous big thing in the country.
and it's got lore.
Mm,
It's such a bizarre concept for any theme park to have opened basically originally as an advertisement for a roadside banana stall at a
Did
banana plantation.
Did you ever watch that video I sent you about all of the animatronic bunyips in Australia?
Yes, I did. I'm so glad we're back on the animatronic bunyip. There's We love having animatronic bunyips, don't we?
We sure do.
We
My
need to go.
favorite thing is watching all of the old versions of it just like clearly just melting.
Yeah, we need to go back to Murray Bridge.
Yeah.
See it for real this time.
I also love sort of seeing vision of like a guy with like a pool cleaning brush cleaning the bunyip.
uh,
And it's someone's it's like the welcome to South Australia account, and it's a guy with a pool brush cleaning the bunyip down of all of the pond scum, and it just says spa day.
I love that. I'm 100% convinced that the Big Bananas one is still there.
Oh, it probably is. I think I'm fairly sure when Dane had the big banana person on his podcast that they mentioned it.
Mm.
I'm having a full on Mandela effect
Well, I know
where
from
I'm
my
imagining it.
research. I know from my research for the iceberg video that there are conflicting stories from Big Banana officials. Some Big Banana, some people involved at the Big Banana have said that that it was removed,
Hmm.
and some people involved at the Big Banana have said no, we didn't remove it because it would have been too expensive and there was no point.
Yeah.
So who who's mistaken, who is to be believed? It's kind of hard to tell. I tend to believe that why would they go to all the effort? Because it wouldn't have been easy to remove
No.
that from out from under the water. Would have been probably a bit of an expensive job, and
Because
if you're not
there were
using
two
it,
animatronic parts. There was like the back of it going in like the Loch Ness monster, and then
yeah,
there was the head that came up out of the water.
yeah. So it wouldn't have been easy to remove, and I feel like when you're a regional little park operating on that kind of budget, and I believe that the reason that it closed was because they actually had an incident where one of the trains derailed.
Yeah.
So they would have had to probably spend a bunch of money dealing with whatever damage that did, and getting that all cleaned up. So I can't imagine that they would have had any reason to remove it if they're not using. And I know they're not using the lagoon for anything else because it's still there and it's overgrown.
Hmm.
Um, then why would they? Which makes me just want to go scuba diving in there.
Sort of like just find where there's like apparently a statue of Jason Voorhees at the bottom of some lake in Middle America.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I feel like if someone did go down into that lagoon and get footage of it, in the state of disrepair it would be, 20 years after it last operated, that would be the worst submechanophobia footage of all time. It would be mortifying, I'm sure. I don't consider myself to have submechanophobia, but the thought of a 20-year decayed fake bunyip sitting at the bottom of a lake. Ugh. So yeah, I will be going down the day after it opens to give the plantation coaster a ride, and I will be sure to report back on how it is.
Please do. And
Um,
let us know how you go if you get managed to film with GoPros, or if
yes,
they get all bajiggity about it.
I actually, I have had my policy of I don't really do on ride footage anymore, but I actually am going to take the GoPro down this time.
I think you might be the first one to get an on ride if they haven't released an official one.
Quite possibly, that's why I'm taking one down. Um,
Mm.
worth worth getting it so that people can see a POV of it. But moving on to another one that is opening soon, I guess? Question mark. Um, and I haven't been told what the date is, but I've been told that from people who are well acquainted to the park that there is a date. They just haven't gone public with it yet. Scooby Doo Spooky Coaster.
Yes. Um, yeah, they need to. Well, I don't know why they're sitting on the date. Like, they need to announce it so people can make plans around it.
I really hope they're not going to make the same mistake again.
As, like, screwing the pooch with Oz.
Yeah, because they announced that the day before,
Yeah. Stupid.
which was the dumbest thing that's been done. Like, what do you expect for your opening day if you announce it the afternoon before?
Yeah.
And the longer we get into December and we don't hear a date, the more I'm thinking that they're going to do something similar. And I don't know, I don't understand why you would do that.
Yeah. It's. I don't understand some of the decisions made out of Village Roadshow, but here we are.
I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping that they're just, putting on finishing touches and they don't want to, jump the gun and then have problems or something. Um, if that's the case, I would suspect it's going to be late December,
Back in '63.
like Boxing Day or something. Um, but yeah, if we get to like the 19th or 20th and they drop a it's opening tomorrow again, I, I
Silly, silly.
I'm going to be back a couple of squares in terms of how much I've been defending them lately.
Yeah,
Like, come on,
yeah.
don't be silly. Um, but I'm optimistic based on what we've seen.
Mm.
We did get a bit of a more detailed sneak preview, um, which confirmed that the screens have changed.
Yep. And by the looks of things, not in the elevator anymore.
Yes, no screens in the elevator. The screens that used to be that god awful animation of the purple gremlin dudes
Yep.
um, is now actually far more detailed and draws inspiration from
The
the
movie,
movie itself.
it still looks pretty remedial for CGI, but we'll give them marks for a slight improvement.
Where I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt is that what we've seen so far is a recording of a screen,
Yeah.
and that always looks shit.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm withholding judgment kind of on the screens until I see them in person, because I feel like you could have really high quality projection and everything, and then if you recorded it on a phone and posted it on Instagram, it would look shit. So yeah, we'll see.
Uh, News hot off the press: the Spy Chase stunt show opens 19th of December.
Ooh, interesting. Well, okay, that's an interesting choice. I mean, that's a week after King Claw and a week before Boxing Day.
Yeah.
I wonder.
If they want to like give it a week before the busiest day of their year. Goodness
Jesus,
me.
that scared the living daylights out of me. Anyway,
Um,
continue.
if they want to give it a week for them to like ease in, because you know how the first couple of preview performances of a musical, they're still trying to find their feet.
Hmm, possibly.
I think they'll want to really get into the groove of like practicing and get get to know that track kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm starting to lean towards Scooby will open on Boxing Day.
Yep.
I think that you're right that they'll want to get those first opening performances out of the way, learn what the audience responds to, um, kind of iron out the wrinkles and that sort of thing. And then if they've got at Boxing Day brand new stunt show plus Scooby Doo is reopened, that's big for them.
Yeah.
Um, and they can expect some very 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 big crowds for the remainder of the year. Um, mm, I'd say I'd be at this stage willing to put money on Boxing Day for Scooby.
I am reading the requirements on the website. They're not saying any kind of height or weight limit on the ride,
Oh,
except for like minimum heights. They have like they do have minimum heights, but no maximum heights
yeah.
or weights. They just have a thing about rider requirements saying if due to shape or size, restraint cannot meet operational requirements. Blah 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 blah.
As far as I've seen, the restraint has not really changed based on that test seat.
Mm.
It's pretty similar. Um,
Um, I remember. I think didn't TPO mention that he tried the test seat and it seemed fairly accommodating.
I'm not sure. The original footage that I saw of it was Jags, um, and it looked at least visibly like I couldn't really tell the difference.
Yeah.
Um, there could be changes in terms of like the ergonomic seat design, I guess.
Maybe,
Whether
who
that
knows?
whether that makes it more accommodating. Um, Either way, I'm hopeful that it'll be far less uncomfortable with the addition of the magnetic brakes, because my biggest problem towards the end of its last run was that you'd slam on the brakes so hard and that would just throw you into that lap bar
Yeah.
so hard, and it was already a bit cramped in there for those with longer legs.
Okay, so description on the Spy Chase stunt show. The warnings say high speed bikes join the chase in a turbocharged stunt show. Action packed shows daily, explosive stunts and precision driving. Entrance opens 30 minutes prior to showtime. Special effects may be too intense for children and some adults.
Okay. So we're talking explosions, bikes.
Cars, potentially.
Hmm. All right. I'm not against any of those things.
Just don't want it to be bogans and burnouts again.
Yeah. I did see the little promo clip included like a fight sequence, a choreographed fight sequence.
Yeah,
So that's
which is great
encouraging.
to see.
Mm.
And also good to see women performers as well,
Yes.
because it was just blokes in cars before
Yeah, absolutely.
for like years, and so it's great to see women performers again, because I don't think we saw them since Police Academy.
Yeah, not that I can remember.
That is if this promo is to be believed, which I'm assuming it would be.
You'd hope so.
Mm.
Um, what else
So
is going on in the world?
that's it as far as Aussie parks. Oh no, Bounty's Revenge at Adventure World is
Oh,
almost ready to
yes.
open as well.
Almost complete.
Hmm.
Walls are down, I believe,
Yep. Looks very nicely themed.
which is what I would have expected bare minimum from Adventure World.
Yep. They gave it a red hot go.
They did.
Um, yeah, looks good.
Yeah.
I would have preferred an inverting starship, but we know they don't make them anymore. So
Alas.
alas,
Some manufacturer should get on that.
100%, because that was such a good ride. The hang time on that was insane.
I feel like there's a market there. There should be a manufacturer that gets on that.
Totally.
Um, yeah. Well, unfortunately, I won't be headed up to the Gold Coast until January,
Hmm.
so I
It's
will be
probably going to be a
watching.
while for me. I've got to still got to do some finances and stuff, and um, yeah,
Money.
yeah, money,
She's a fickle master.
100%. And Christmas and stuff is going to get in the way. So
Ugh, don't remind me. I still haven't started my shopping.
I did a little bit of shopping today, but thankfully I don't have to go. I don't have to do too much.
Mm.
Um, but yeah,
Yes. Um, yeah, I'll be watching eagerly to see what the word is on the new rides.
mm, it'll be interesting to see if we start seeing any footage out of the stunt show as well from the Gold Coast vloggers.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
I
Might get
like.
to.
I'm excited to see people like Mr. Yum Yum, who's quite good with his camera work, um,
Yeah,
to get some really good shots out of that
I'm sure he will do. He's very good. He's very good at
composition and
yeah, but particularly of like performers and stuff.
yeah.
Um,
I think it'll take a couple of viewings of the show so that they can get used to the performance track and knowing
mm,
what stunts happen where. Sort of like I got a really good shot of the plane crashing in the Waterworld show, but that's because I knew when it would happen
yeah, you gotta
because I'd seen it once before.
you gotta get familiar with it. Yeah.
whereas Heidi hadn't seen it before. So I was just like pointing my camera over to this one part, just part of the thing, and then the plane came in. Heidi was just like, "Whoa!"
Um, yeah, no, I'm eager to see it um, in action live as well.
Mm.
Once I eventually get up there.
And yes, I'm curious to see what else the Big Banana has to offer at the moment, aside from their Alpine coaster and the big thing. So I'm looking forward to seeing your episode.
There's there's some things that have been added there that I didn't know they had since the last time I went, like escape rooms and axe throwing.
Yeah, and laser tag or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, they've got a whole bunch now. Um, so it
Escape
should be.
rooms feel very 2017.
Yeah, I feel like they were really cool at first, and now
Hmm.
everyone's doing one, and a lot of them are not very good.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know. I probably won't do the escape rooms if no one else is coming with me because that's
yeah,
boring.
yeah.
But it should be a good day either way.
Because they've also got the toboggan slide as well.
Yeah, they've got the toboggan slide, which I think is still closed.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah,
I
because
assumed
it
it was
was.
just closed because they were building the coaster around it.
Well, at the moment, they've only released schedules and stuff up until the 14th of December,
Hmm.
and it's listed as closed
Right.
for the duration of that time, just
Sure.
reopening soon. Um, so I'm hopeful that maybe it will be reopening that weekend. I don't know. Either
Fingers
way,
crossed.
I've been on it before. I'm there for the coaster. It's fine.
Yeah.
Um,
I do like that the coaster cars are yellow and black.
as they should be.
Yeah.
Um, couple more interesting things happened this week.
Hmm.
I received something in my Maloney's Coasters PO box
Okay.
from the editor of Australasian Leisure Management magazine.
Okay.
Yeah, so I sent him an email. Was totally unexpected.
That's cool.
So watch this space.
Awesome. Exciting.
Um, yeah, that was exciting.
How cryptic.
Very cryptic. I don't know. I don't know how much to say because I don't actually know what what we whether we're gonna like chat in a formal capacity or anything like that. So I don't know. I don't want to blow the load too soon.
Sure.
Um, I know that. Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
Awesome.
Oh, I've just seen on Mr. Yum Yum's Instagram that there's a new mural being painted in the exit gift store at Dreamworld.
Oh.
It looks brilliant.
Yeah.
It's got it's hand painted.
Nice.
It's got the entrance, and then there's kind of like silhouettes of all the rides behind it, including rides both new and old.
That's great.
King Claw looks pretty prominent there, but then you've also got Tower of Terror,
Cute.
um, silhouette of Gold Coaster. You got a tiger. You've got the Captain Sturt paddle wheeler. I really like that. It's very pretty, and
Awesome.
I do really love the blend of new and old in that.
That's great.
And is that is no, that's the Emporium. I thought that was an homage to the old Dreamworld Theater pre Sky Voyager,
Ah, okay.
but no, it's the Emporium. Hmm.
Speaking of things that run on rails, Melbourne had their metro open.
Ooh, I'm not familiar with the Metro project down there.
Yeah, it's um, Yeah, so people have been just showing their. Oh, I say their metro tunnel opened. I don't know if the metro trains are operational yet.
Right. Okay.
Um, but all the stations are now, like, people are able to see the stations and stuff. So let me just open up one of Phil's videos, Sydney Trains vlog. Shout out, also known as Abandoned Oz on his side channel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you're allowed to get into the stations themselves. I'm assuming at some point that the train comes through, but
Hmm.
well, it's a lot of people on the platform, so I'm assuming that trains are running. Otherwise, why would there be people on the platforms? No, he doesn't actually hop on a train in this video. Okay,
Hmm. Just, just looking.
yeah, but yeah, the stations look fine. Yeah, yes, I'm always excited for a metro project.
Yes, we love a good metro
Public
project.
public infrastructure.
Yes,
Um, yeah, that's all I can think of that's happened in the last couple of weeks.
it's been a big couple of weeks.
It has.
Hmm.
Um,
Excuse me. I did not just see that.
okay.
Um, I'm scrolling through Instagram trying to find more stuff to talk about, and I'm really hoping that this is clickbait. Four actresses that are being eyed to play Rapunzel in Disney's live action Tangled
Oh,
remake.
they need to stop with the live action movies. They suck.
I know, but wait until you hear the four actresses.
Okay.
So first of all, one that I think actually would do a pretty good job, McKenna Grace.
Okay.
Um, Sadie Sink and Isabel May. I'm not too familiar with either of their work, but they look the part. So
Sadie Sink is from Stranger Things. She's the redhead,
yes,
the running up that hill girl.
yeah. And
Um,
I want you to guess the fourth.
I'm just gonna throw out a joke suggestion and say Sydney Sweeney.
Oh my god, if that happened, I would actually. No, it's
No, that'd be Repubsel.
No, but it would anger that crowd.
Mm,
Um, Cynthia Erivo.
okay.
I no,
I'm
and
all
not
for subversions of expectations and unconventional casting, but okay. Uh,
no, not and I'm not doing this as for the ethnic issue. I'm doing it for the age issue.
yeah, she's supposed to be
Tangled
a,
is she's
like a teenager, basically.
Rapunzel's been locked in. Well, she's isn't it the beginning of the story? She's basically just turned 18. And that's why she
Yeah,
wants to leave the tower.
yeah.
So like, what's Cynthia Erivo? 30.
I think she's approaching 40, isn't she?
You'd think so. Cynthia Erivo age 38. Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Well, it's not to cast any judgment on age. It's just,
it just did not feel appropriate for the character.
mm,
No, I look out of those four. McKenna Grace is who I would probably cast. I heard all these Sabrina Carpenter rumors, and I was like, honestly, actually, she looks the part and she can sing.
she can sing. She was in Mean Girls for 2 days.
I, you have no idea how much I wish I saw either of those performances as someone who two of my top five on my Spotify Wrapped were Sabrina Carpenter and Renee Rapp.
And they were in the same production for 2 days.
I would have killed to see that production if I had known in hindsight.
And then it got shut down by COVID.
Yeah. God damn. I would have loved to see that.
Yeah, I think Sabrina Carpenter would be a decent choice. Because I don't think many people are aware of the fact that she used to do musical theatre and
No,
has done acting.
it would it would get the same response as the Ariana Grande casting
Yeah.
initially, and then I think she would actually probably do a pretty good job of it. But yeah, no, people don't realize that she's got a background in musical theater and in acting in general. Actually, people have the this new generation has forgotten about Boy Meets World and all of that.
Was she in Boy Meets World, was she?
No, she was. Oh, what am I talking about? She was in
That's a
Oh,
very old show for her age.
well, she's my age.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Boy Meets World was from the 90s.
Sabrina Carpenter. Hang on, I gotta fact check myself on this. Filmography, television, Girl Meets World, not Boy Meets World.
Right.
That's
Okay. So is
why.
that the sequel series?
Yeah, yeah, 2014 to 2017.
Right. Makes more sense.
She was also infamously in Phineas and Ferb, and no one, including her, remembers what character she played. Which is, how do you forget that?
Yeah.
Obviously, not a very significant role.
I
Um,
didn't even. Yeah. Girl Meets World. There you go.
hmm. I knew I wasn't wrong, but I was, but I wasn't. I was like, I swear that's what she's from.
There are a lot of these Disney shows that I just have no idea they existed, and apparently they're like formative for a lot of the younger generation. I sound like such an old man. Um, but I
I
was just
was,
like, what the fuck is Liv and Maddie? Like, you know.
yeah, I don't know. I was, I was too old for Girl Meets World because, well, I'm Sabrina Carpenter's age, so I was, 16 to 19. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. There's all of those shows that you just like never heard of this, but apparently it's big.
Yeah. I'd heard of the Wizards of Waverly Place.
Oh, okay. The Wizards of Waverly Place, I do remember.
That's still after my time, but I've heard of it. That one at least.
Sweet
I've
Life of Zach and Cody.
I've heard of it, never watched it.
Wow,
Again, after my time.
because that was
I've heard of Victorious because I know that that's what Ariana Grande is from.
Sweet Life was what the oh, what are their names? The twins. The Sprouse twins. That's it.
Okay,
They were Zach and Cody.
right.
Um, and then Cole Sprouse went and did Riverdale and
He was
created,
Jughead, wasn't
yeah,
he? Yeah.
created one of the most outrageously strange pieces of television in all of history. That
But,
show, dude, what the fuck?
but it's funny things like iCarly, which I've heard of, but was still way after my time. Like, you know.
I've watched a little bit of iCarly. It's after my time, but I've caught some by accident and I actually kind of liked it.
And Sam and Cat, I know that that's something that Ariana Grande was in, but never watched it.
Is that the
Again,
one?
after way after my time.
Is that the one where she's really ditzy?
Probably, I don't know.
Um,
It's the one with I'm glad my mum died girl.
yeah, that is the one. Ariana Grande's Cat Valentine,
Yeah.
and she's the really ditzy character.
Well, isn't that her character from Victorious or something?
Oh, would it be a spin? I'm showing my lack of familiarity.
Yeah, I think it is, yeah.
Right, Sam and Cat and Victoria's directly connected. There we go. The series stars Jeanette McCurdy as Sam Puckett from iCarly and
Yep.
Ariana Grande as Cat Valentine from Victorious. The girls meet by chance during a bizarre adventure and become roommates, and then start a babysitting business to earn extra money.
Mm. Yeah, all these shows after my time.
Mm.
Um, what was I going to say? I am super excited for a film whose trailer just came out, which is Ready or Not 2. Here I come.
Ready or Not to Here I Come, 2026.
If you haven't seen Ready or Not, don't watch the trailer.
Okay.
It gives away everything that happens in the first movie.
What have we got? Samara Weaving, Catherine Newton, Sarah Michelle Gellar, David Cronenberg,
Mm-hmm.
Elijah Wood. David Cronenberg still acts?
I'm assuming he still directs too.
Doesn't act very often.
No, the only movie I can think of that he acted in that was not one of his own films. I think he was in what's the Clive Barker movie, Nightbreed. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Hmm. Okay.
But yeah, he's done quite a few things.
Saw a great letterboxed review of The Fly.
The 80s one.
Yes. From someone who was made to watch it by their nostalgic parent and was very upset.
It's pretty fucked up.
It's a fucked up movie. I can't imagine sitting down to watch that movie and not being prepared for it.
I just love that in his filmography, he's known for acting in The Fly as a gynecologist and in Dead Ringers as an obstetrician.
Dude's got a he's been typecast. Ugh. I tell you what, I am pretty exhausted.
Yeah,
Um, I think we might wrap it up there. I know that we have someone who's keen to come on as a guest next week, so
awesome.
we might go on a little streak of having guest stars again.
Lovely.
So stay tuned for that.
Hooray. In the meantime, where can they find you, Jake?
You can find me on YouTube at Maloney's Coasters. If you are a content creator who needs off-ride footage of roller coasters, you can find me at Maloney's Coasters off-ride footage. Where can they find you, Kieran?
You can find me at Ejector Bear Time on YouTube. You can also find my non-coaster related side quest adventures at Ejector Bear Time Sidetracked on YouTube. You can also find me on Blue Sky at ejectorbeartime.bsky.social.
Lovely.
Until next time,
This has been
an absolute bunch.
of total
Total baloney.
What
What a bunch. What a
What a
bunch. What a bunch.